What's up, y'all? It's Ticia The Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at ticiathediva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? It's Ticia The Diva, and y'all already know what time it is. This is for my ladies. Welcome back, you all, to Season 4, Episode 75 of This Is For My Ladies. Just to let you know, This Is For My Ladies is brought to you by Viz Inc., okay? So Viz Inc. has been in business for over 10 years. They have produced an amazing body of work for some of your favorite artists. You know, we have like Lil Wayne, Currency. Who else, Mark? Anybody, any of your favorite artists, if you name it, Viz Inc. has done work with them. And of course, you know, if I'm going to have the best, I have to have the best of the best to bring you these podcasts. I just wanted to let you know. And this episode is also brought to you, as far as the content is brought to you by The Modeling Geek, all right? So if you haven't already, been checking out my Instagram and just my new content, y'all already know Branded by Brit is responsible for all my fly content that I have been putting out for these past couple of weeks. So if you're in business as far as needing content created, flyers, production, video, or audio, make sure you all hit up Viz Inc. and make sure you all hit up The Modeling Geek, Branded by Brit, okay? And that's Bryte, and that's Viz, like VIZ Inc., okay? And of course, you all know that you can support this podcast. You can support This Is For My Ladies podcast just by clicking the link in my bio on Instagram, and I'll also make sure that I include the link on Facebook so that you all can click the link and support this podcast, okay? You can support this podcast for just $9.99. And with that being said, my mama told me I need to pin that so you all can know that you all can support this podcast for $9.99. So let me pull up my live on Facebook for y'all, all right? And there we are. So, how do I do that? I don't even know how to do it. Brittany, I need you to do it for me. Thank you. So you all, as you all know, but first of all, because I missed the opportunity to tell you all last week that the week before last, me and a friend of mine took a random trip up to Philadelphia to get some cheesesteaks, you all. And I know how some people talk about it. I have talked about it on my Facebook, how I just always wanted to just ride up to Philadelphia and get a cheesesteak. And this wasn't my first time going to Philadelphia. The first time I went with my best friend, her sister, and her sister best friend. We had went to the on the run tour to the Beyonce and Jay-Z concert, and we went to the one in Philadelphia in Lincoln Park. Or Lincoln Stadium or something or whatever it was. And we went to D'Alessandro's to get a cheesesteak. D'Alessandro's kind of had like the best reviews and all that stuff. Me personally, I didn't like it. But, everybody else enjoyed their sub and all that stuff. So the second time around, me and my friend, we were talking. We was just like, let's just go to Philly. And no, actually, we were just talking. We were just talking about, like, different random stuff. And we was like, doing something random, like going to Philadelphia and getting some cheesesteaks and all that stuff or whatever. And we literally was like, all right, next week we're going to go to Philadelphia. We're going to get some cheesesteaks. So when we got there, we went to it. Now it's supposed to have been like a day trip where we go, we get the cheesesteak, get the hotel room, check out, leave the next day and all that stuff or whatever. But when we got up there was a tornado that pretty much was in the area, and we had to turn around. I know you're from Ahoskie and all that stuff, but do y'all have tornadoes down there?
We apparently we do.
Okay,
Maybe I was in
listen.
the town of Ahoskie, maybe on the outskirts.
Listen. I never seen the sky so black. Like
Yeah.
I never
I seen
seen.
that during hurricane season.
Yeah, but I seen it during hurricane season, but I never seen it like this, like a tornado sky, and it was sick. Thank you.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. The last time I seen the sky like this,
Shout out to Shayna, my best friend. Say my name, say my name, okay?
for the person, I still had your phone when I saw her post that, and I was
Yes.
like,
Shout out to Lauren, the Good Girl Chronicles. Make sure you all follow the Good Girl Chronicles on YouTube and on Instagram. Shout out to our girl Lauren. She is a suicide coach. She came on a podcast episode and she just talked about, her journey, how she survived suicide and just how she's pretty much an advocate. She does her Good Girl Chronicles it's not like a spoken word, but it just allows like a open space for women to come and share their stories and all that stuff. So shout out to our girl Lauren. Hey LaDon. Hey Lee. Shout out to everybody that has joined the live tonight. And my mom. Hey mommy. So anyway, so we got turned around because of the tornado, and we went to the hotel. I asked the lady at the front desk. I was just like, do you have any cheesesteak recommendations? And if y'all see me looking this way, it's Brittany, you all. So the Brittany is my marketing manager. Like I said, she's in charge of my content. So if you see me kind of like looking here, it's because I'm looking at her, or there I'm looking at Mark. But anyway, she gave us like 5 recommendations. Two of them, she was like, those were like the touristy spots. Anybody that knows me, that literally truly know that I'm a local person. It don't matter where I go out of town. Take me to where the locals go, because I know I'm going to get the best food. I'm going to get the best drinks. I'm going to get the best laughs. I'm going to have the best times with the locals. I'm good on a tour. Yeah, I want to do the tourist stuff by day. I want to do the local stuff by night. Okay? That's just how I am. Right, exactly. So, she was just like, these are the locals, the touristy spots, but these are kind of like the local spots where all the locals go. And I called all the local places first, and they were closed. And then, of course, I called the tourist spots, and they like open 24/7. Hold on one second. I'm doing my live podcast. I'm gonna call you back. so uh, so anyway, so it was Geno's and Patsy's. If you've been to Philadelphia before, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Geno's, and I'm pretty sure you heard of Patsy's. You know, I was kind of on the fence about going to either one, because we were there to go to Mama's Pizza, and Mama's Pizza is a pizzeria that sells cheesesteaks. But a lot of people said that they were the best, and my friend who I had went with said that Mama's Pizza was highly recommended. He really liked it, so that's where we're gonna go. But of course, we got turned around because of tornado. So we ended up going to Patsy's. Now y'all know, those who have been following me, y'all know I haven't been like really eating any meat and all that stuff. I may mess up once a month and maybe have a little shrimp or crab cake or crab roll or something like that. Maybe a chicken wing, every now and then, because I'm human. I'm human, and sometimes flesh get the best of me and all that stuff. But I said I was sacrificing, and I was gonna get me a cheesesteak, from Philadelphia. Went to Patsy's. It was like Geno's was here, and Patsy's was literally here. They're across the street from each other. Geno's is like really lit up and all that stuff or whatever. What? Oh, Geno's was really lit up, and then Patsy's was just there, and he was just like, he really didn't like Geno's. Patsy's was a little bit better, so it was kind of like, which one? So I was like, you know what? Since you really didn't care for Geno's, let's go to Patsy's. Went to Patsy's. Okay, no offense, because I know I do have like some white people that listen to this. Is from my ladies. Cheese Whiz. Cheese out of a can does not belong on a sub. Like
But
it
have you
just.
ever tried it though, or are you
I
just
did, but I'm never eating no stuff like that ever again. That's gross. That's what you eat.
I've tried it because I hang around a lot of. I mean,
So listen, we doing an interracial We're gonna be doing an interrelation. Look, I can't even get it out. Interracial relationship podcast with my black girlfriends that date outside of their race. We know y'all want to hear about it. We want to know if the pink ping's pink. We want to know all of that stuff. So we
like a light skinned person.
that's light skin black. That's light skin black, okay? Listen. But anyway, so they had cheese with. I didn't get that one. I did not get that one. I was like, give me a straight provolone one all the way. Give me the peppers, the onions, the mushrooms, the provolone, the meat. Disgusting. Disgusting. Like, and I was just like, but I ate it. It was late. Like, it was super duper late. Like, we literally had been traveling. We got on the road. We ate before, but I think I had like some potato wedges from like crunchy chicken or something with the K. Like, we had just stopped, and I was like, let me just get some potato wedges and a biscuit because, by the time we get to Philly, I get a sub, but it was like literally like 11 o'clock by the time we had started eating. So I was like, I just need something. I ate that nasty sub, and it was terrible. Patsy's, do not go. Like, do not go. Please do not go. So the next day.
Was that a black owned business?
No, it was not.
It don't matter anyway.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter. So, so the next day, we checked out of the hotel and we were basically en route to go to Philly for the place where we're intentionally going. We get there, but I called before, but they were not answering and all that stuff or whatever. So we get there and they were down. They were closed due to the power outage from the tornado the night before. So we like, Lordy, we got to find somewhere to go, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. And I'm the type of person, y'all know I'm friendly. Like, I guess although I'm from Virginia, I consider myself like, like the melting pot, kind of a Southern belle, kind of a Northerner, just like right there, the equal balance and all that stuff. But anybody that knows me know I'll talk to anybody. So I was like, I'm about to ask somebody and ask them who has the best cheesesteaks in the area. So, my friend, he was like, nah, we don't want to look like no Target. We got Virginia tax and all of that stuff. We don't want nobody to, like, be running up on us and all of that stuff. So I was like, all right. So, I'm still going to ask. I don't care what he say, but I'll look for more of a friendlier face. So I seen a gentleman. He looked like he could be between the ages of maybe about 21 27-ish, and he had a college shirt on. It had I can't remember what it was, but I knew it was a college shirt. It could have been a local community college. It could have been a college in Philly. But I was like, I'm going to ask the gentleman. So I was like, hey, yo, who got the best cheesesteaks? I like, who got the best cheesesteak? Yeah. And he was like, huh? I was like, you a local? He was like, yeah. I said, who got the best cheesesteaks? And he was like, D'Alessandro's. He was like, but Max's got the best cheesesteaks, but they a little out the way. And I was like, all right, thank you. So looked up Max's. From where we were, Max's was 2 hours away. So he ended up so we was like, dang, we gonna try to find someplace else. So I literally went back down the list of the original places that the lady had given us, and they still weren't answering the phone. And by this time, I really had to pee. So we like, let's just go back to the hotel so I can go pee and all that stuff, and we can just figure everything out from the hotel. So we get back to the hotel. I asked some of the workers, who got the best cheesesteaks. And they was like, you can go to Sonny's or you can go to Campos. And they was like, and it's right there on Market Street. So you just go up, make a right, make another right, and you're there. So we go there. Sonny's is closed. I see the 222, little, see, I saw my pictures on Instagram and all that stuff. And anybody know, 222 was also the same room number that my mom had stayed in when she was going through her situation where she had went blind. And then like 222 I had been seeing for years when I first kind of like discovered angel numbers and all of that stuff or whatever. So Sunny's was closed. We go to Campos, and Campos, they sound, like Italians and or like they from Minnesota or something. I don't know where the word they was from. Minnesota. You know how they talk. So, we order our food, and there was a place. It was like a pizza shop, and it was called Big Ass Slices. So we got cheesesteaks, and we got a big ass slice of pizza. So we sat outside, and we eating our food, and my friend, he was just like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how is this up? I said, I'm gonna give it a 5 because we got a cheesesteak. I said, but yesterday, that sub from Patsy's is a straight 2 because we got a cheesesteak.
So why, hold on. How can you give one sub a 2 and another one a 5? Like, what makes a 10 sub? Like, what were you expecting?
And I'm about to get there. Let me continue my story. So I asked another local. So we eating our sub and all that stuff or whatever. And I turned around. I was like, hey, y'all locals. It was a couple. I said, y'all locals. And it was like, the lady was like, yeah. Like, she was so hard. I was like, she got to be from Jersey or New York the way she acting. So I was like, who had the best cheesesteaks? And they was like, Max's. And I was like, somebody else told us that, but it's like 2 hours away. She was like, so? They subs like this big. And we was like, we gonna have to check out Max's. So we ended up looking at the GPS, and Max's was legit only 21 minutes away. We was like, but it was just 2 hours away from where we was at. But we literally had stopped at a couple of places that each of the place was like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So literally everywhere, it literally got us closer to where we were going. So we was like, we gotta check out Max's before we go. So, we put it in the GPS. We ended up seeing like a smoothie truck or whatever. It was like fresh smoothies, fresh fruit. So we stopped, we got us some smoothies. It was like a tropical smoothie on wheels, but it beats tropical smoothie by far because everything was legit, like fresh. It wasn't no canned stuff, no bag stuff. It was fresh fruit, and it was so good. So I knew when we pulled up, like we turned the corner, I said, oh, we in the hood. I already know this sub about this smack. Soon as we pull up, the police out there arresting somebody. Like, I mean, we were I don't even know what part of Philadelphia. I told my mom, I don't know, we was in East, South, in West Philadelphia, y'all. Born and raised. I don't know what part of Philly we was in, but I knew we was in the hood. And I was like, this sub about to be slamming. And there was a line waiting outside of there. So anytime you see a line, y'all know that it's good. So we paid $30 for 2 subs. We paid $20 for a 24-inch. And we paid $10 for my little 12-inch. I don't know what I was thinking about getting a daggone 12-inch. So anyway, we ordered our food. But mind you, we literally just had a big-ass slice of pizza. And we just had Campos or whatever. So we weren't hungry, but we just knew we wanted to make sure that we had a sub. So, we get our sub and all that stuff. And we are back en route to Virginia. About an hour and a half to 2 hours, I get hungry, and I eat my sub, and I take a bite. And I said, this the fuck what we came to Philly for? We need to turn back around. I want another like, yes. So, I don't know, but maybe Max's, give me a sponsorship, something. Look, listen. So, when I tell you that was the best sub that I had, like it beat, and at this point, I'm comparing the Philly subs to the Virginia Philly subs, like Philadelphia cold cuts off Alaskan, Philly styles on Tidewater Drive, because I'm like, we got better Phillies in Virginia than here, but Max's is the truth, okay? When I tell you Max's is everything. So I don't even know what all the way is. I said I want a 12-inch all the way. All the way came with peppers, onions, mushrooms, pickles, honey Dijon, all of that. And when I tell you, I listen. I was trying to eat his sub too. Like,
You're not a real one if you ain't freeze some of it. Then.
listen.
Did you freeze some?
No, cause I ate all my sub, and but he ended up getting heart. So when we got to the house, he ate half his sub, but he ended up getting heartburn really bad. And I was like, "Let me get your sub." Let me eat your sub. But that time, it was just kind of like I had already went home like the next day and all of that stuff or whatever. And I had cleaned out his refrigerator the other day and the sub was still in there. I was mad. I was like, you done wasted a good ass sub. But he got heartburn real bad from it. So, but I was like, if I would have known that she was going to get heartburn that bad, I would have just went ahead and took your other 12-inch. But anyway, you all, so if you all ever, I know, we have these bucket lists and all that stuff. And some of us, things to do before we die, like drive to Philadelphia and get a cheesesteak, go to Max's. Like, please, like, if you go anywhere else, you are really doing a disservice to your stomach, because Max's is like that, okay? So make sure y'all write that on y'all list of things to do. Drive to Philly and go to Max's and get you an authentic Philadelphia cheesesteak, okay? All the way. I mean, if you don't like honey Dijon mustard or pickles and all of that stuff, just tell them what you want. Do not leave without getting a 24-inch, because if you get a 12-inch, you done played yourself. I played myself because I should have got that 24-inch, but I ain't need it anyway. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Go to Max's, get you a sub. So anyway, I had to let y'all know that last week. Y'all already know.
That's a nice little warm up to the elephant.
Yeah.
You want to come up here and talk about cheese?
I know. Last week, we talked about accountability. I ain't that bad a bit. So last week, I had a really great episode last week. And again, y'all, with this is for my ladies. My goal is to, one, enlighten, empower, encourage, and entertain. Like, that's just the four E's, okay? The 4 E's. And that's just, I'm entertaining. Of course, I want to empower you, enlighten you, and encourage you, to be your best self. Empower you, women's empowerment, just black women, women of color. Let's make sure we stick together. Entertaining. Y'all know y'all going to get a little kiki and a hee-hee and a ha-ha's, okay? And then, of course, to just, the 4 E's, like I said. So anyway, accountability ain't that bad a bit. But, last week was a really, really great episode. I mean, as much as I try to get away from the drama or the rants and the celebrity gossip, unfortunately, that's what you all like. That's what you all love. Y'all love the drama. Y'all like to hear that, me and my ex-best friend had a little spat on Twitter.
They need to listen to it.
I mean, just exactly. Y'all just need to listen to it, period. But whatever you get, just get it. I can't really say what y'all need to do. I would love for you all to listen to all 75 episodes now, but I feel go where your heart leads you. Whatever title resonates with you and all that stuff or whatever, go to where your heart leads you. And because it's always something. It's always some gems that I'm dropping in each episode. And, I do want to let you all know that, yes, this is for my ladies. It's unfiltered and untamed. Y'all know I do a little bit of cussing up here and all that stuff. Y'all know I tried to say that I try to contain myself because my grandma listened and all that stuff. But listen, it's content. And that's what you like. And I'm going to give you what you like, okay? I ain't gonna starve y'all. Because y'all come for a specific reason. And I want to make sure that you all get what you all need. But don't leave me hanging. I need you to share my stuff. I need you to repost my stuff. My content been looking good lately. Y'all can put that on y'all dry pages. Y'all need a little spruce it up anyway. Shoot. And I'm just being real. But anyway, that's why y'all need to hit up Branded by Brick, because y'all got businesses and all of that stuff. Y'all need a little help, but y'all be scared to ask for help. I was scared to ask for help too at one point. I kind of let my help come to me But now I'm not afraid to be like, listen, and all that stuff. Speaking of just like, some help, um, like my podcast last week. What's up, Britt? Manifestation. Brittany, let me get what I gotta say out first. I'm gonna get to that part.
I was all right. So look, now you called me out. I was just thinking the flow, but you got it.
Yeah, but so we still on accountability. Ain't that about a minute? It's like, so again, but you are right. I did manifest it. Those were things that I was praying for a team, praying for the help and all that stuff. Because again, I'm only one person. And for so long, I was just telling people that I just want to focus on bringing a podcast, bringing forth the podcast and just talking. I don't want to, but listen, I went to the Dominicans, y'all. I know y'all be talking about they had a lot of heat, but that just worked for me and they grow my hair. It's a little fluffy because, it was raining and all of that stuff, but it looked good, don't it? Oh, my God. I'm tripping. But anyway, yeah. So last week, accountability ain't that bad a bit. It's pretty much talks about taking accountability. I made a post on Instagram today, and it was just talking about meeting people where they are. And I was just basically saying how meeting people where they are is a statement that's situational. You can meet a person where they are, and now, okay, and this is where we're going to go. We're just going to go there. So, for instance, we're going to talk about B. Simone real quick. So, B. Simone had made a statement about, her not wanting to date men that are, work 9 to 5s. Now, that's absolutely fine. B. Simone, and yeah, we all heard the whole stories. Y'all know I'm doing, I have my winner for the giveaway. As a matter of fact, the winner of the giveaway is on Instagram. Drum roll, please. It is on Instagram. It's at Let's Vibe Together. Christina Alta Garcia, I think that's her name on Instagram. So congratulations, Christina. You are the winner of the B. Simone Baby Girl Manifest Your Life workbook, okay? So, but anyway, as we said, B. Simone was talking about how she didn't want to no longer date men that work 9 to 5s, and that's okay. Now, B. Simone is now a millionaire, and her not wanting to date a guy that's a 9 to 5, she no longer wants to meet a guy where they are. You know what I mean? Yes, that not the person that's working a 9 to 5, may aspire to be a millionaire or is working to become a millionaire, but she wants somebody that's already at her level. Nothing is wrong with that. Me personally, I mean, and I can't really say because women, we'll go with potential. Y'all know we will fall for potential in a heartbeat, but once you obtain certain things, they're just a certain caliber of people that you may want to date and all that stuff or whatever. But what I was saying, meeting people where they are, and why I'm done with meeting people where they are, because I feel like sometimes meeting people where they are is just an excuse to allow. It's an excuse for, excuse me, I burped, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know why I be burpy like that. But meeting people where they are is just kind of excuse to accept people for like that's just how they are and all that stuff or whatever. When their mindset, their attitude can be really super shitty, but we meet people where they are. Hmm. This one, which one? This one. Yep. Okay. You know the password. So let me unlock this one because sometimes when this one is locked, that one won't unlock sometimes, and I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, it's just kind of like an excuse to just accept people, to not place those expectations on people. And I feel like that we should have expectations for almost anybody that's in our life, because if we don't set those expectations, we just allow people to pretty much run over us, and that's just not cool. So accountability, I talked about just a situation, with my best friend, and just kind of like how I allowed her to pretty much kind of like treat me, certain type of ways or whatever, because I was just meeting her where she was. And people would come to me and be like, people would come to me and just say how, oh yeah, she's this or she's that. And I just be like, well, that's just how she is. I just didn't want to place those expectations of her being something else when I knew that wasn't her. But I knew that, the way that she was, would affect other people, would affect me and all that stuff or whatever. But I was meeting her where she was. And I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer meeting people where they are, especially when I know that they're operating on a low vibrational level. Like, I'm just not doing it. And I just can't. I just can't. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. I know that God has so much for me in my life. And I just want to be surrounded by people who wants to achieve things, not saying achieve the same things that I want to, but that want better, that is always, grinding and hustling and has something going on for themselves and all that stuff, so that we can continue to just climb together. Because if I'm here and I have to meet you where you are, that means I have to come down to your level. I don't want to do that no more, because that level probably has made me uncomfortable, and God has literally elevated me to another level. So why would I want to come back down there? And I'll be perfectly honest, I did feel like, I with my podcast last week, I was just like, maybe I'm stooping down, because I thought about, after the podcast last week, I thought of the next day of re-recording, another episode. But after I had listened to it, I was like, oh, it's flawless. It's good. And like I said, I had a podcast called Emotional Intelligence, and I felt like I practiced and exuded emotional intelligence. But I just want to talk about how good my hair look. Now, I'm going out of town next week, and I'm getting my hair. Okay, let's get into this. Can we get into this? Because I made a post on Facebook. I was looking for somebody to do some stitch cornrows. Y'all know the stitch cornrows. They just look like a bunch of parts and a little braid coming down or whatever. And I had been messaging a lady about the stuff, and she was just like, yeah, I had an appointment available and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, so what time? How much? I was like, is there a deposit required? If so, how do I make the payment? And also, is hair included? I sent that message, and she read my message and never responded back. I have sent this woman three messages, and she has not responded back to me. Like, so don't ever, and I'm not going to say don't ever go to her, because whoever hair she does, she probably do it really well. But at this point, But y'all, I need my hair braided, and I want some. And listen, can we put some respect on Exhibit and Lil Flip name? Because why y'all keep calling these braids Pop Smokes? And when Exhibit used to ride, don't, don't know exhibits. They are exhibits, okay? They are exhibit braids, okay? No, talking some Pop Smoke braids. They exhibit braids. Y'all better. Yes, Exhibit is alive. But and Exhibit is still alive, so let's keep the legacy, all right? I want some Exhibit braids. Some Pop Smoke braids. Get out of here. Anyway. Anyway, so I want my hair braided, y'all. And then all these people talking about some $120, $130 for 6 cornrows. I might as well get a head full of braids for that much, but I don't want a head full of braids. I just want 6 to 8 cornrows, stitch braids. So if anybody can help me out, please let me know. I'm going out of town next week, and I want my hair done.
This is for my ladies. Hashtag Ticia The Diva needs an official hair braider.
Yeah, well, I have my official hair braider because
box braids, but for all the extra braids.
For all the extra braids and all that stuff. I mean, because my lady she just doesn't do stitch braids, but she can do everything. Now, if I want some regular cornrows, I can go to my lady. We need an official stitch braider for when I want me some stitch braids. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I felt last week was authentic and heartfelt and honest. Thank you, Mom, because it really, really was. It was very, very authentic and heartfelt. And it was just some truths that I had to get out because I felt that, an ex best friend was basically talking against me, talking down on me, and people who genuinely know me, respect me, and love me, they know that. Okay, mom. Okay, now my family. They say I'm a little bipolar. I be cool next 1 minute, and then the next minute I'm completely flipping out, got an attitude and all of that stuff. But I do get irritated really, really, really fast. Um, but again, it's something that I'm working on and all that stuff. But for somebody to talk negatively about me and just make it seem like I'm a super bad person and I take from people and all of that stuff, I'm extremely giving. Very, very giving. I will help anybody out if I have the resources and all that stuff. I will help you out. I've put myself into very, very uncompromising positions just to help other people out. So and it really bothered me that she would even be trying to play me like I'm just this horrible person when I'm really, really not. People know me. People know me. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know I talk my little or whatever. But y'all know like I'm genuine. I'm very, very genuine. Girl, French beans, no, she ain't respond back. Keshara
Look,
Jones.
see, I would. Tisha,
Hmm.
I got it. I was looking at it. I know it's
What?
you.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin though. I don't
Oh,
want her
okay.
to think that I'm not like responding back to her because that's my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Tracy. We'll see Keshara Jones. But your attitude is thank you, Mom. I'm working on my attitude. I'm a little bit more self aware. I'm a little bit more self aware. I'm
Can we
just
get into self awareness?
can we get into self awareness? So yes, I have put some podcasts that talks about self awareness in the past, and as far as and we had a podcast. It was me, Jimmy, it was Tiana, and it was my best friend Shayna, and it was the Superwoman Complex where we talked about just expectations of women and how we wear so many hats. And as far as with self-awareness, we are not aware of our attitudes and our approach to things or whatever. So it's kind of a lot of things we tend to overlook and all that stuff because again we don't know ourselves, or when somebody tries to say something to us we feel attacked. I'm not gonna lie, I am guilty of that. I am working on it, especially when I feel like forget that girl, stop name calling. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, yes, I'm not gonna change for nobody cause no ma'am, just not about to do it. But yeah, so with self-awareness it's just knowing the things that you do, maybe like the not so pleasant things that you do, and basically acknowledging it, putting the mirror to your face and knowing like what, I might need a little bit of work in this area. I know that I get irritated by certain things, or it's just literally putting the mirror to your face and recognizing your issues and just changing it and just doing something about it, and not self-sabotaging by saying like, oh, this is just how I am, this is just you made me this way. Again, meeting people where they are. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not self-sabotaging. We're going to be self-aware, and we're going to make the necessary changes to be a better person. The more you grow, the more because again, sometimes age doesn't always come with wisdom. Some people can be in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and still be childish, still do childish things. So it's just all about wisdom and different lessons. And I do feel like, I have been put, me and my aunt was talking or whatever, and she was just kind of saying like, your choice in men and all of that stuff, or, you pick some, kind of bad guys. But I personally don't feel that way. I don't feel like I personally just meet bad guys and all that stuff, because I'm not going to say every relationship that I was in was bad. I felt like the relationships that I were in were learning opportunities, growing opportunities, as far as me learning myself as a woman, me learning, my self-worth and all that stuff, whatever. Because sometimes some relationships can teach you your self-worth. taking accountability for who you are and what you do. Exactly. Self-awareness. Thank you, Shayna. Thank you so much. Yeah, they are book. But anyway, so yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying.
All right, so age doesn't come with wisdom and
Oh yeah, yeah. Age doesn't, always come with wisdom and all that stuff. And again, it's just like, oh yeah, about like the different guys and all that stuff or whatever. Those were lessons. I mean, I can't help that some of them they weren't self aware and really didn't know themselves and all that stuff or whatever to treat me how I deserve to be treated. But then also again, like I said in last week's episode and a couple of other episodes, I was explosive and I was expressive. I didn't really know how to express myself. I was pretty much kind of that girl that would just go with, whatever, it's all right, whatever. We just going with the flow and all that stuff. When no, I really wanted a relationship. I didn't really want to just go with the flow, but I also didn't want to be that girl that pressed the guy and nag the guy like to be with me and all of that stuff or whatever. So I was willing to just literally just go with the flow. And as I get older now, I don't want to go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the flow anyway, but I don't just want to go with the flow and we're intimate with each other. No, I need to know what we doing. Are you my boyfriend? Seriously, are you? We're doing boyfriend stuff. We're doing couple stuff and all that stuff or whatever. That's why some people was like, don't be doing wife stuff for no guy that's not your man or all that stuff or whatever. Because sometimes we self-sabotage. We self-sabotage ourselves by doing extra stuff that, they didn't even ask for. So we have to understand that there's a lot of things that. Hey, Dorian. Shout out to Dorian. Make sure you all follow and listen to the Femme Focus. That is my girl, okay?
where's she located at?
She is located, I don't know where she's located right now, but just follow the Femme Focus. I don't know.
No, I was thinking about adding her to the collab.
Oh, I think she's in
Okay,
Atlanta.
then, hey.
I think
Shout
so.
out to me.
Yes, Dorian. So yeah, so we just want to make sure that as far as even within relationships that know your role, know who you are so that you're just not again going with the flow and just you don't have to question, what it is or what the relationship is and all that stuff or whatever because again, as women, we are natural nurturers. Yeah, she is in Atlanta. Hey, auntie, my auntie just stepped in. So yeah. So okay, so Dorian, I am going on a This Is For My Ladies tour for my podcast. Hey Bria, what's up, girl? So yeah, I am going on a This Is For My Ladies tour for my 2-year anniversary, and I would love to add you on the lineup because we are definitely coming to Atlanta. So let me know, girl. I would love that. So, yes, make sure you all follow and listen to the Femme Focus, okay? See, Dorian be the one. Listen, I'm going to tell you. So, this is how Dorian, y'all, okay, I said it on my podcast. Y'all know I be calling dudes niggas and stuff, but I be trying to call these dudes brothers because of Dorian. She be like, my brother. And I love it. But anyway, you all. So yeah, just know your role in these guys' lives and all that stuff. Don't self-sabotage yourself by just assuming and, just taking on these roles as a man's wife and he has literally not given you that title yet. Like, so sometimes we got to pump our brakes and we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, okay? That's the title. Boom! That's the title. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? Listen, literally, and that's honestly, I've been feeling, and I swear, like this the third time. It's only Monday, but literally since last Monday to this Monday, I think I done probably said that about 4 times because sometimes I literally have to check myself before I wreck myself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, cause these literally be a whole mindset in your thinking. You have to check in with yourself, and that's what somebody told me. Check in with yourself. Check your thoughts before you because overthinking. Check yourself before you wreck yourself because literally we will overthink and overanalyze, and even that anxiety. You know what I mean? Like even that anxiety is checking in with yourself because literally we can change a whole situation and a whole we could turn nothing into something. So literally, seriously.
A nigga slips every now and
Okay, my brother. That's my girl, y'all. But yeah. So like, for instance, my nephew cousins to Adventure Park. So I posted it on my Instagram story. Groupon had some Adventure Park tickets. It was $45 for one ticket and it was $90 for two. I had previously brought my nephew cousin, and I say nephew cousin because my aunt, she's definitely on my live right now. Me and my aunt are 3 years apart, and that's my sister. That's my sister aunt. Y'all know how black folks are. We got sister cousins, we got cousin nephews, and all of that stuff or whatever. So, my oldest nephew, he is 14, and he was just like, when he was going up, he said he didn't realize until we went zip lining that he has fear of heights. And he was just talking about his anxiety. He's 14, y'all. I was like, what do you know about anxiety? And he was like, everybody has anxiety. My mom said, I like how your manager gets your phone and responds right away to comments. That's the advanced stuff, LOL. Okay, now. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. Look, when she ain't going through her own stuff, and I gotta check her before she wreck her stuff. Okay, listen.
This is for my ladies, unfiltered and
Untamed.
I'ma always be honest, and I think that's why we met.
I feel, but you wanna
That's always how it's been.
listen, cause Brittany will check me before I wreck myself, and I'll check her before she get fired. Okay. But no, I really.
Looking at the past.
Right, okay, but listen, and that's what I like Brittany, because Brittany is a accountable person. I be had to get her together and let her know, like, this ain't no volunteer work, this ain't no internship or nothing. I pay you now. I pay you. I need you. So, but right, listen, your role is vital, okay? But listen, but we had to check in with each other. We literally had to check in with each other, and I definitely appreciate it. So,
real quick, shout out to Mama with all these hearts. 'Cause she's lighting this.
Yes, that's right. So my nephew, he was just like, I'm afraid of. I didn't realize until the day that I was afraid of heights, and my anxiety got the best of me. And I'm just like, what you know about anxiety? And I'm asking him what he know about anxiety when he was 4 years old, literally 10 years prior. We were at a parade, and it's the same guy that told me he wish he could teleport himself to the car. I'm like, what you know about teleporting? Like, he's 14 now. He's 14.
How old was when
He was 4. He was 4 when he told me he wished he could teleport himself.
shout out to all the starseeds.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is an indigo child. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
You better look it up, Ashley, but she'll probably be like, oh, that's the devil stuff. Girl, no, your son is special, okay?
For real.
So anyway, and literally, at the point when he was just like, I'm okay, I don't want to zip line anymore, he had to check himself before he wrecked himself, and his anxiety got the best of him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, sometimes we have to understand, what are our triggers? What is gonna literally set us off? What is gonna literally take us there, send us over the top? So we literally have to check in ourselves, and checking in with ourselves is quick little prayer, little meditation, talking yourself out of those feelings, like, calm down, breathe, you're okay, it's all in your head. We literally have to do that, you all, because if we don't, we can cause our own self-destruction and self-harm. And we're better than that. We literally are better than that. And if you have to, you have a trusted friend, a trusted mentor, some type of guy or anybody that you can confide in, and you can literally, like I was telling Mark, my sound engineer, I was just like, I really don't have many male figures in my life that I can kind of just go to and talk to. And I tell Mark all my business, like, and not in a bad way or whatever, but I talk to him because he's a man. And sometimes I have to check myself before I wreck myself and let him know, like, listen, this is going on with this guy and all this stuff or whatever. What should I do? And he is real and upfront with me. Sometimes I don't want to hear it, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I always, I don't just take it as a grain of salt. I mean, granted, I'm going to do whatever I want to do anyway, but, I take account of what what he say. And, and that's what it's all about. It's all about just taking stuff in and doing a little self-reflection. Doing a little self-reflection, like me and my mom, I'm going to talk about it, but, my mom was basically, telling me, my mama, my mama know me better than I know myself. She had me, and I got a little, if I won't offended at first, but I got a little offended. And, after, we, not saying we said something, because I would never disrespect my mama. First of all, I don't want that smoke with Tana, okay? And like, I got the savage from, like Beyonce say, and my mama wasn't savage. She got it from Tina. I got it from Twana, okay? All right, and I don't want that smoke with Twana. Like, I just don't want it. But, after, we finished saying what we had to say, we ended off by saying, no, but she tried to be funny because I had treated to her some lunch, and she tried to act like she didn't want the food. Talk about something, I won't gonna take the food, but it's mine and I'm hungry. I was like, you should have took it any daggone way. But after, her putting the mirror to my face and all that stuff or whatever, we still said, I love you. And I told her, I don't want you to think that I'm upset with you or I'm mad or I'm going to suppress any type of feelings. I'm going to do a little bit self-reflection. And if I see where there's an area where I do need to work on, I will. But if I see it ain't no area that I need to work on, I'm going to stay the same. And I'm going to need you to meet me where I'm at. Okay. But anyway, hey, Red. There go my cousin, Red. Shout out to, now that's my cousin mama. Like my cousin mama.
But shout out to Ashley Mills.
That's my aunt. That's my aunt sister.
She was like, I talk myself out of slapping folks every day.
Oh, and she is Sagittarius, y'all. So y'all already know that fire sign. She crazy.
Oh,
but yeah,
it is a fire sign.
But
I don't know, maybe because I'm a Leo, I think I'm the only fire sign.
Yeah, no, you have Aries, you have Sagittarius, and you had a Leo's fire. My moon is in Sagittarius, so that's probably why, I'm my mama's child. My mama a Leo. my mama's child. I'm weak, girl. Y'all know Leo, them lions with a Simba roar. Let me stop. Look, all right, now you want me to move on. Let me check myself before I wreck myself for the Leos come at me.
Because I do work.
Okay. She be like, I quit this week. Girl, and I pull up right to your house. She like, look, I pulled up on her. She was not, listen, Brittany was not answering me. She was going through, and I told Brittany, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, Brittany was out there doing the protesting and all of that stuff, and I knew it. I knew it.
Me and my PTSD and my trauma from that week.
But yeah, but I knew, but I checked in with you first. Before I went in and had to say what I had to say, I wanted to check on her mental. I was like, I saw you doing quite a bit of protesting, and I can, just understand that there's probably a lot of stuff that you have been experiencing probably during the protest and in your personal life, but I haven't heard from you. I want to make sure you okay first, secondly, thirdly, and finally.
Because grandma is watching.
Okay, and she still did not answer me. I recorded my podcast. No, wait.
Oh, no.
Wait.
You go first.
I recorded my podcast. She won't heal. I was just like, you know what? All right, I ain't worried about it. But then the next day, I said, she got me effed up. She don't know me. When I tell you, I pulled up to her house, threw my car and parked. I was in the middle of the street, and I like,
And I'm just sitting there.
and she
with my
like,
book.
hey, like,
But you know what? Let me just tell you. And I know I told you before, but I'll say it on record. Like, I respect you for that. Because I legit didn't have my phone. Until I actually responded to you, I didn't see none of that.
she didn't respond back to me till the next day.
Yeah.
The third, this was on Monday when I texted her. She didn't respond back to me till Wednesday when I already done pulled up on
Yeah,
her.
after she had already done pulled up. But, like, even still.
Yeah, she didn't.
I legit didn't see it.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing. Because if I saw it, I can't do people like that.
Brittany was like, when I had went to her house, when I had went to her house, she was like, I can go and get my laptop and we can work on your stuff. I was like, nah, I'm good. And she was like, when you told me that you were good, I just took it as, maybe you didn't need my services. I said, and you read correctly. Like,
and you're absolutely right, because it was messed up.
It was. But you took accountability. You took accountability. And Brittany thought I was being a little hostile about some other stuff or whatever, but I wasn't.
And I was like, hold on, because I would never do you like
Yeah,
that.
but I was like, it's not being hostile. But again, we are in a working relationship. We're building a business. We're building brands together, so that there has to be literally some type of boundaries and all that stuff. And I just let her know just going forward, because not only with me, but with somebody, with another client, with another brand, with another company, there's just certain stuff that has to be done or whatever. And we talked about it, and we here. But I'm impulsive too. I'm very, very impulsive. And once I get in my I'm a Cancer. So once I get in my feelings and I get emotional, I'm good on you.
And my best friend is a Cancer, and that's why I was like, if that's how you feel, then I'm always respect.
Because I'm impulsive as well. You're fired. I trumped her.
But see, I'm that type of and I deserve to be fired. If that's how you feel, I respect it. Because look, I can't control your emotions. Okay.
Let me tell you, I was so grateful that Instagram did that blackout the next day, because I ain't had no content. I was like, your role is vital for my brand and all that stuff.
Here come Quinn. I think I seen the message from Ticia, babe. You know that's your best friend.
But I appreciate Quinn.
Get your phone out your trunk.
I appreciate
Quinn, my mental health, and he like.
But I told Brittany, I said, if you need a mental health day, I told her, because you let me know. Like, please let me know. But her boyfriend got her right together, because he was like, you said that you want to do this full time. He was like, how you not responding back to Ticia? Like, I'm the only person paying you right now. You better do my stuff.
I'm tired of pulling overtime for your ass if you don't respond to Ticia.
Good. And I pulled right up on you. Try me. Try me.
And this is real conversation, because you know what, people don't.
What's up, J Rod? Shout out to J Rod. J Rod just joined the crew. J Rod and it's his wife, right? They have a podcast too. All the podcast people is stepping in. Shout out to my girl D. Listen, we got my girl D. She gonna come through the podcast. We gonna get her a segment. I said I was gonna call it D with the T, but she said she calling it MD 2020. She said she calling it.
Wait. Mad Dog 2020.
Yes, cause she coming with the roughness. Okay, she ain't coming.
But we in 2020. I don't know. I gotta evaluate. I gotta look that up real quick.
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020. That's what she was talking about. Cause she said she ain't coming with the T. She coming with the MD 2020. All right, she bringing out the big gun. She ain't bringing out that soft tea pinkies up stuff. She going for the hard stuff. How long we been doing this podcast?
7-Eleven after this, cause we in 2020. I ain't had.
We're good.
Some years.
We're good. I'm good.
You're drinking water.
I'm good. I'm good on the MD 2020. Like, I'm good.
But I would love to have her on a segment.
We gotta get D, cause D gonna give it to you real. She don't care. She a Bible thumper, but it still cuss you out and don't care nothing about it. Like, don't care nothing about it. She don't. That's my girl. I love D. Love you, D. But anyway, you all, this is for my ladies and streaming on 12 podcast. Listen, wait a minute. Hold on. Because I got to let y'all know. Somebody said, Alexa, play Ticia The Diva. Like, this is from my ladies podcast. Because I was able to see that too. So I don't know where I'm at. But if y'all got Alexa, tell Alexa to play. This is from my ladies podcast. Because she going to play it. Because I'm telling you, I be reading my analytics. And I see where y'all listen to me at. And Alexa was up there. And that was the first time I seen that. So again, I seen the iTunes desktop. So whoever listened to me from their actual desktop, MacBook Pro, whatever, thank you. I appreciate it. But again, this is for my ladies. It's streaming on 12 podcasts, live podcast platforms. Again, make sure you all subscribe to This Is For My Ladies. Follow This Is For My Ladies. This Is For My Ladies podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. You can like This Is For My Ladies podcast. Follow This Is For My Ladies. Like Ticia The Diva on Facebook. Follow Ticia The Diva on Instagram. Y'all know the deal. Stop acting like y'all don't know what to do. Y'all been on social media for years now. Stop acting like this stuff is new to y'all, like y'all don't know what to do, how to screenshot, how to screen record, how to repost, because y'all can repost all these other people's stuff. I need for y'all to keep that same energy, because what I keep telling y'all, the more that y'all be acting like y'all don't want to support me, I don't know you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to act Hollywood on you.
I posted the link for them to, it's $5 a month.
It's $9.99 a month. I don't know what she talk about. It's $9.99 a month.
Well, you got $9.99, you got $4.99.
It's $9.99 a month. What I say? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's $9.99 a month. $10. But anyway, you all.
Or more. If you got it.
If you got it, all right. Cash at me. But anyway, you all, thank you all again for supporting This Is For My Ladies. Again, this is season 4, episode 75. We'll be stepping into season 5 in July for my 2-year anniversary. Again, This Is For My Ladies is going on the road. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. If you want to help me and all that stuff, help with hotel, travel, food, and all of that stuff or whatever, help me just get some extra equipment for when I do go on the road, because Mark is not coming with me. But if he do, he got to get paid. We starting to GoFundMe. I need a GoFundMe up tonight. So if you all do want to support me in any type of way, please, This For My Ladies is celebrating 2 years. I'm going on the road. I do have to come out of my own pocket to make sure that, I can make sure I get to places like DC, Jersey, New York, Charlotte, Atlanta. And if you all know any other podcasters that you all would be interested in me collaborating, send them my way so I can add them on the lineup. Right now, this is just the East Coast tour. And I would be happy to pull up to a city near you and do a podcast. So, y'all, support me. Come on now. Y'all already know what time it is. But anyway, you all, this is for my ladies. I'm Ticia The Diva, your host. And I